And here we are for the last round. They went on the play. Meh. Tis what it is. We do have the wombo combo of Dwarf Pilot and Vehicle, which I think will probably get going depending on what they play here. Ripping Land's not phenomenal. Again, I'd mentioned on the draw we might be interested in going to 16. I haven't actually done it yet, but I could see it happening. So like here, if we play the ace and attack, we're kind of messed up. I think we may have to go defensive and try to build a board out. So I think I'm actually going to run the ace and not attack. It kind of sucks if they've got a removal spell. But even if they do, we can have a 2/3 first strike hanging back. So to get really wrecked, they've got to have, you know, a removal spell for this and a combat trick to get through this. And then we've still 2 for 2'd. Well, that's a good card. That's a really good card that you have there in your hand. So we've got to ask here, what are the chances that they'll just block a Sky Skiff with it? Because this will kill us. So if I send in the Sky Skiff, and I guess I just send in the Sky Skiff, if they block, they're not going to block, they're going to take it. And then I can potentially burn these down and we try to race this? Is that a path to victory? I don't think so. Like, they should read that something funny's going on here. But we can at least get the tokens off the board. Like, that's kind of a bad 1-for-1, but I think the only thing I can do now is get them in a position where blocking with this seems like a good idea, which is not super likely to happen, but it could. We could also draw a Built to Last and block here. Like, we've got options. I just don't particularly like them. This is another card that makes me want access to a hijack. Also, we have some number of hasty duders. So, like, that's a thing. All these lands, though. So many lands that you have. Well, I ain't racing it. So I guess I'm supposed to hold this dude back to block that. Play the mechanic and hit for 2. This is the Sky Skiff of Sadness. Go get him, buddy. And to be fair, we've got a bomb on par with the Skyship Stalker in our angle of buffing your team. How weird is it when you're like, no, pilot, you don't drive the thing. The mechanic. We actually want the mechanic to go fly the plane. Maybe we just need to test it for some things. Play the mechanic, get revoked. Man, he lost his license. What are they leaving the 1 white up for, I wonder? It's like they could have just revoked and hit me for an extra point. Okay. They have all the things. But they don't have all the things. I had a particularly poor draw. Pyro Helix, more like, no, it's not anything good. So we're just dead to the flyer. There's no need to play anything else. Just make them kill me. They do have a revoke privileges. Presumably they've got some number of vehicles. If they're like this, you don't usually play this just because you want a 3/2 in your deck. Although it does that. Same with this, like it's kind of neat to go along with vehicles. So what we've got here is some options. Hijack is certainly one of them. Fragmentize is certainly one of them. Impeccable timing is another one. Why impeccable timing, Travis? It answers that dragon. So I think what we may want to do here is look at potentially cutting one of the charges. The Skyskiff doesn't look particularly amazing in this matchup either, does it? Like the Dragster is still just great. I don't have to have this. It does give our servos some abilities, but like impeccable timing might be better. And frankly, for the Fragmentize, if we draw the aviary mechanics in the correct order, they will handle the revoke privileges. So maybe I don't need to go too nuts here. Just have one thing that's good at handling some of their dudes, and then be okay with that. I still kind of like the Hijack, but they showed us so many X2s. The Furious Reprisal looks good too. You know, I didn't see anything great for the Renegade. That puts me a little creature light. I like to hang around 15. But I mean, this is sort of a creature too, right? Right? I think it is. Okay. Okay. We got some stuff going on here. Gremlins into Augmenter can represent a metric crap ton of damage. I think I'm more interested in getting my stuff going on than trying to wreck theirs. Because like the Gremlins already says you gotta have something to even attack through me. And if they play another X1, we're just kind of living a dream here. Okay, that's not another X1. But that's okay. I think I just want to Augmenter here, hit for a bunch. Like, I don't even have to jump it. Because we've got Hijack for a big play. We've also got Pyrohelix to do potentially some things. Let's see, what do we want to do here? Obviously, Pyrohelixing this guy is good, but so is the Rock. And you can't stop the Rock. I think we'll just do that. You got me. I'll take a turn off. That's enough for me to think Pyrohelix is a good call here, and impeccable timing just makes this stupid easy. You get out of here and you get out of here. They've got to have Built to Last to wreck me. And even that is not that big of a wreck. So this plus the Hijack should finish him off. Okay, don't even have to show it. Good, 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 good. All right, we are going on the draw. I still sort of like the impeccable timing. I didn't want it main. And you see there, like, basically it did the same job that a Built to Last would have, right? Like, we could have just had that effect for 1 mana. It allowed the gremlins to kill the gremlins. That's all it did. However, impeccable timing, for costing an extra mana, is giving me some ability here, and that ability is the ability to handle their Dargon. Now, I might want to consider cutting it, because we have seen some more X1s now, so the Renegade is starting to look a little better. And I may not want the 2 combat tricks. You know, I've already got Pyrohelix and Reprisal for that. I still don't think I like the Renegade in this matchup. I either need to cut a land, or bring in something else to do with lands, I think. I'm not sure which I like. Like, we could get our Sky Skiff back in, but I kind of feel like focusing on Air Force is not what I want to be doing. Like, I could cut a land for a Fragmentize on the draw. That's not crazy. That's a lot of 4s. That's a lot of 4s. I may just need to run this back, or cut a 4 for something else. Like, take out one of the charges for, I don't know, anything that I can do earlier, like the Sky Skiff or the Fragmentize. Yeah, this feels weird in this deck, but I think I can actually get behind this. They've shown me enough targets that I'm interested in having access to this effect. All right, let's do it. All right, we will see if Fragmentize is good. It certainly looks better in this hand than Uninspired Charge would be. Pizza of Death, you say? No. Pizza's nice and friendly. I like pizza. Okay, Sky Skiff confirmed. All right. I think I'm supposed to just bloop it, because we basically brought it in here for that. We would like to get Augmentin. Yeah, I'll go with the Hawk here. They should have something that can block a mechanic next turn. And like, if we get to start doing shenanigans with bouncing the Augmenter or crewing the Dragster with a Hawk, like if they got nothing and we hit a land, we're good. If they've got their Dargon, we're pretty sad. Yeah, like a 3/4 is going to rip through those mechanics. So we could try to trade, but I think I just like plurping out a bunch of guys. And waiting till perhaps the coast is clear. Like, again, we could just make a 4/3, but if they're attacking with this, we're good. If they're not, I think we're still good. Okay. They've interestingly not given themselves the ability to do the thing. Give it first strike. So what does that mean? They've got Built to Last? Or they tap their mana wrong. But I mean, if you're going to respect your opponent, it means that they have Built to Last. So what do I have to do to get through this? I probably have to start taking hits from that thing. All right. So if I send the Dragster and give it flying and they chump here or just block here, I can't really do anything. Is it reasonable to play the Dragster and not attack? Because if they have Built to Last, like we could play this, we could send it. If we had Built to Last, it'd be great. We don't. I think I'm actually supposed to play this in pass. That feels really weird to not use your hasty creature thing to do your stuff, but like I can't get through that dragon right now. I've got answers, I just don't have them in my hand right now. I also kind of suspect they have a built to last with that tapping, because otherwise why not just leave up first strike? Oh, they couldn't, and you guys were screaming that at the monitor because they only have 2 red. That's fine. That still doesn't mean that they don't have built to last. It just means after you've played 3 rounds, you start to brain fart a little bit. This is an interesting move. All right, I think I'm down to race now. What have you got? I think I'm actually supposed to put the counters on this now. That feels really weird. Okay, I'll see what you're up to here. Because that's a lot of damage. Welding sparks on that. Okay. That probably means they've got a pacifism for this, which is interesting because we can again get it back. Oh, Fateful Showdown? That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate indeed. So what we don't want to, but what we kind of have to do here, I guess, is attack in and try to use Furious Reprisal to get through this, because we're not racing right now. I could also just play Herald here and then a mechanic and have 2 things that can attack into it next turn. That gets me in 2 now. It does make a top deck charge a little better. We'd have to play mechanic and bounce nothing, which kind of sucks, but here we are. I could also swing team, like that's an option. If they block this, we're happy. If they don't, I can play mechanic and bounce it. The problem is then I have to play the Herald afterwards. Yeah, this is a bit awkward. But I'd rather have a potentially good attack here. Okay, now we can start doing something. Like, not ideal to lose all of our wombo combos when we've got these mechanics in hand. But I think I need to try to keep some damage coming. God, this is miserable. I'm just dead next turn. Gotta make them fear the impeccable timing. I probably should have held that back to chump, but having shown them impeccable timing last turn, they may be afraid to go for it. I kind of don't think so. Okay, I'm at 2. Now you draw the impeccable timing. All right. Well, I guess that means I'm not dead, so I could pump this herald and get in. They swing team, we impeccable time that, chump this. Maybe I can draw a hijack and get out of this. I should have just played the aviary mechanic last turn. Yeah, I've started making some mistakes in the last round of these events. I'm not sure why. Probably because I'm tired. Like, been playing Magic for a while, want a little break. So we block, timing, block, block, and then maybe resolve a hijack and get something done. That means I also have to draw the hijack. And we're going to 1. And I think they had to take that. Does that mean I actually want to leave them with the Skyship Stalker? With the idea that if I'm going to hijack it, that might be what I need to get through the last points of damage. Because if I hijack this, it's going to hit for 4 potentially. I think we have to play to top decking and answer to something else. I might have had that line if I'd played the mechanic before. And now the built to last, I was worried about that one turn is still there. I have not played this last game particularly well. Aetherstorm Rock wants to be my friend. He doesn't want to trade off for that. But he does let me keep playing a little bit of Magic. Can I play on challenge mode and still win? Like, they have to make that trade, right? I have to as well. I don't want to, but here we are. Oh! You had a plan too. I see what you did there. Yeah, I backed myself into a corner. I think with some tighter play, we're still in this game, but not quite. What happened was, by not playing the mechanic earlier, I'm going to die with it in my hand. And it could have potentially been pressuring their life total, like a scenario where we throw these guys away to get in 4, and then throw some more guys away to get in 2. And all of a sudden at that point, you know, they're at 4 life, and we've got maybe some better top decks. But as it is, we're just kind of done here, which is unfortunate. Because I think this deck was probably worth a little more, but it's getting later in the day, and I'm starting to get hungry. Well, that said, if you want to watch me get to the finals and then scrub out some more, you can check that out on the stream. It's at twitch.tv/Simulan. Like I said, mostly doing sealed there, but I definitely appreciate you guys and gals tuning in. I will see you next Monday here on SeemsGoodMagic.com. Have a good one, my friends.